So I'm doing offense, or
Yes.
Nelly's
Should
doing
do
offense.
defense
You
so I don't have to say anything about my loss.
okay?
Oh, okay.
All
I'll
right.
do
Gabe
defense.
does defensive. All right. All right. Back for another predictions video. We are in year 4, week 7. At the end of this week, we'll be officially halfway through the regular season. Excited to do a predictions video as always. 2 other people joining. Nelly is doing one. He hasn't done one since Madden with us. Certainly glad to have him. And then Gabe hasn't done one in a while as well. The Florida Gators, currently number 1 in the recruiting rankings.
Yo.
Alrighty, so we are going to go ahead and start this off with the Heisman Watch, as we usually do. I'm sure it's chock full of LSU Tigers. It is. Halfback Caden Duran, even after the piss poor game last week, no touchdowns, 49 total yards, still leads the way. Arch Manning in there at number 2. Outside linebacker Damian Shanklin in at number 3. Oklahoma right back Gavin Sawchuk has climbed the rankings all the way to 4th now after a 240-yard performance. And then the Kentucky quarterback, first-year starter Jeff Curtin, in there at 5th.
Yeah,
Now,
definitely. Yeah, Heisman commit these whoever's making these lists definitely is glazing Chapo's Tigers worse
it,
than Chris Collinsworth glazes Mahomes because
it's bad, bro. I don't understand. How do you have 49 total yards and you're still number 1?
yeah, like it doesn't that don't make it makes no sense, bro. Like not like maybe Arch Manning could be up there in the list, but he's not the only one that deserves it. The rest of these dudes' stats compared to the rest of the league are not Heisman like worthy. Like I don't really get it. So
Absolutely. I think a lot of it's just who is the number 1 team, which is dumb. But
it's gotta
so
be.
moving on to the players of the week, we will start off with the National Defensive Player of the Week.
Oh, uh, yeah. So speaking of Gavin Sawchuk, who we just saw on the Heisman list, um, he got it. Oh wait, hold on. I'm doing. I thought defense was on bottom. My fault. No, never mind. Fucking Dwayne Mills. Uh, that is Kentucky's, which is Ryan's. Uh, cornerback
It's
had
definitely
six
Kansas.
tackles. Oh fuck, my
That's
fault.
KU.
That loss just got you
Yeah.
rattled, huh?
Yeah, no, I just fucking, I fucking, got back from like drinking and shit, and I was like, got my bad on it. But okay, I got Dwayne Mills, cornerback for Kansas, which is Ryan. Um, damn. We won't talk about that score, but a big win over Michigan last week. 6 tackles, two
They may not have
interceptions,
taken
and
off my
one touchdown. Definitely a good statement game from Kansas last week with Dwayne Mills leading the way on that defense.
They must have shortened
Um,
that name a little bit. Surely that's the Michigan School of the Blind looking at that score.
yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah, it's definitely Michigan School of the Blind. Could not have been a user in this league.
yeah.
Not,
It
not, not a
had to
single
be,
one. Not whatsoever.
had to have been the 22nd ranked team of the FCS. Definitely not like
Yeah, that's
FBS
it.
color football. Yeah.
Would you believe that team is still ranked after that loss?
Three straight losses to that Michigan team, and they're still ranked number 22. I'll tell you what.
Look, man, the voters love them.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Voters know there's heart in that team. You
Yeah, that's what
gotta
it
love it.
is. People like to say teams have heart when they don't have skill.
No, you can take away the
Ouch.
offense. I almost went for you.
All right. For the offensive player of the national player of the week, we have a halfback Gavin Sawchuk from OU. Had 14 carries, 239 rush yards. God damn. 15.1 rushing average, 4 touchdowns. Boot got
Damn.
3 receptions, 88 reception yards, and a touchdown. That's pretty crazy. Five
Yeah,
total
three
touchdowns.
so 300 over 300 scrimmage yards and 5 touchdowns. That's a really good game
Yeah,
for him.
I'm just losing my mind at the 17 yards of carry right now. Like that's just like
17 yards a carry. Like,
Yeah,
my lord.
that's some Ashton Genty numbers. Definitely.
absolutely.
And then,
Moving on to the Big Ten. The Big
it's the
Ten
same.
defensive. Yeah, the Big Ten defensive player. Oh wow, both of them the same. Okay, well we'll move on to the SEC then.
Yeah, I'm about to say. The SEC Defensive Player of the Week. That would go to this one is Kentucky this time. I did not fuck that one up. Kendrick Gilbert, JJ, who played Louisville last week with a big 63-6 win, over Louisville, which is Delvin. He had 6 tackles, 3 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. Pretty good stat line.
Bad day
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the
bad day for
offensive.
Louisville.
For the offensive SEC Player of the Week, we have Jamerson Draper from Mississippi State, Mississippi. He went for 13 of 16, 243 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, and 2 sacks. He had 15 carries for 122 rush yards, 3 touchdowns, and a fumble. My God,
Damn, what the
six
fuck?
total
What the
touchdowns
fuck? What the fuck, Alex doing, bro? How you let the quarterback rush for 122 yards against you, bro?
and three
It,
touchdowns. That's crazy as shit,
That's some
man.
diabolical shit, bro.
in to his defense, 60 of those yards were on 2 carries, so it wasn't as bad as it seems, but it was still we ran the ball a lot.
Damn.
And then we had to bench
Yeah,
him in the fourth
Draper
quarter
seemed like he
too.
was running for his life, is what it looks like.
Those stats were in 3 quarters of gameplay. He did not play in the fourth quarter of that game, so could have been worse.
42-14 over Florida State. Alex.
Moving on to I will pop in just for a second and do the conference. We haven't looked at these yet all season long, but we'll just take a brief
What are we
moment.
looking at?
I'm just going to go over some of the conference standing stuff. So at the
Oh
moment,
shit.
Colorado and Ohio State each 4-1, leading the Big Ten. In the race, though, definitely Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Penn State all at 3-1, and then hanging on life support for the Fighting Irish and the Trojans at 3-2 in conference play. Go look at the SEC. 3-5-0 teams leading the charge. 1-2-3 in the nation. The LSU Tigers, Kentucky Wildcats, and Tennessee Volunteers all undefeated. Probably no one else has a chance except for maybe Savon at 3-1. I would say everyone else is probably too far back to get in the race.
Yeah.
All right, looking at the top 25, certainly glad to see that it is 90% users. Again, looks like we have 20 users in the top 25.
Go
That's
Navy.
what we like to see. One is still
You said go.
LSU.
Is Navy up there? Is that where you said it? Oh, there they
Yeah,
are.
number 24. They're five
Oh,
and
okay.
two.
I don't quote me on this, but I think Tennessee jumped Kentucky this week. I'm not sure why, but Tennessee's 2 and Kentucky's 3 now. Mike went crashing down from 6th to 11th. That's the biggest fall, it looks like.
Who do you lose to
No, I
again?
think mine was because I
He
went
lost
from
to,
like 15th to 22.
oh, maybe so. Mike lost to Hayden.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So going over to the games predict, not an overly crazy week. Starting off, we have the 3-3 Oregon Ducks, led by Reese, traveling to University Park to play the 8th-ranked Penn State Nittany Lions at 3-2. That is Des. Well, for each of these, we'll go Nelly, Gabe, then me.
All right. I think Dez should pretty much have this in hand. Kind of run away with it, honestly. Uh, at least a two score game. Probably say 35-21.
Yeah, I haven't still haven't to this day seen Reese play. But I have seen Des play, and he's lost to some tough users. So, um, I was gonna get him at home, in the Big Ten divisional or conference game. Yeah, I'll have him winning. I say he'll win by a solid 17-point margin at minimum. So yeah, I got this one easy.
Yeah, I think Des' defense is going to roll here. He's going to force turnovers. He's going to do what he wants to do offensively. Give me the Nittany Lions to take this one 34-10. 35-10 over Oregon. Next, we have arguably the best matchup of the week. It's going to be one of these next two, I'm sure. But we have the 6th-ranked USC Trojans at 3-2, led by Dave, playing the 2-4 Arizona Wildcats, led by Lenny. Lenny's had a tough schedule to open the season. Has not fared well early.
The not played Gabe, and I know Gabe or not Gabe. Dave. I'll bet. I've not played Dave yet. But I have played Lenny. He pretty shit out of me for whatever reason. But I know he's getting back into his groove. I'll probably take Dave by a score, 21-14. Road.
Yeah, Lenny, I haven't. I haven't really seen him play this year. I mean, I don't know, if he still has the same scheme or anything. I will say Dave has definitely looked like he's been improving. I don't know if he's good enough to be number six, but he's definitely playing a lot better than he has been, at least in college football. Um, on the road against Lenny, I haven't watched Dave enough to see how the schemes match up. But at a gut feeling, I just see because Dave's ascending. I feel I'm gonna go Dave here. Close game. 'Cause I know Lenny runs the ball a lot. Again, I don't know a lot about Dave's scheme, but I feel like there's not gonna be a lot of possessions in this game. And I feel like Dave plays solid defense, maybe better than Lenny. So I'm gonna take Dave here. I'm gonna guess something like 27-24 or some shit like that. But I got Dave in a close one.
I
On the
think it'd be
road.
really close. These two know each other very well. They've played in the league together for years. Um, I think Lenny's roster took some hits this past season. I think Dave's got better, as well as Dave looks to be playing better. Lenny not playing as well. So I'm going to stay on that same scheme uh, or same mantra and say that Dave wins this one 28-24. He'll have a drive, go down, and score, and then Lenny, with the type of offense he plays, won't be able to score. Moving on, we have the Cal Golden Bears at 2-4. This is K-Jack playing the 5-1 7th-ranked Colorado Buffaloes. This is Dean. I assume K-Jack's going to play this game. He was an absolute no-show last week for his game, and he hasn't played like 3 of them this season. So he really does need to get on that.
Oh yeah, no, it's my fault.
Um, assuming he plays, he was pretty good. He really showed us that he's probably a top 10 user, and
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
at least from what I've seen, you know, I'd probably put him high top 10, top 15. But if he plays, I'm gonna pick K-Jack to win at Colorado.
Um,
David,
I was see, I got a little different opinion. As it maybe part of the reason he's not playing because he's been looking a little fraudulent lately. I'm not gonna lie. He opened up, him opened up the season, big ranked game. And he shit the bed against me. And then he didn't really. I think he played LSU top top user had a bad game there. I think he looked like he thought. I feel like KJ thought shit was sweet coming into last year because he played a pretty cupcake schedule, and opening up here some solid SEC users. Looking a little fraudulent. Not gonna fucking lie. Um, with that said, um, you know, I feel like Dean's getting a little like false sense of security, like he's like better than he really is, or he thinks he's better than he really is. And I feel like this game might be a continuing trend of that. Because by the way, K Jack played me and Chapo and how his game actually works, I feel like a Dean should be able to strap this up a little bit. So I'm gonna say Dean wins. I don't know if it'll be a blowout, but I'll say Dean wins by at least like 10-13, like a two-score game type shit. Um, even though I don't, I wouldn't really want that to happen, but that's my gut feeling. So I'm gonna go Dean with this one.
Yeah, K-Jack's played one game this season, or 2 games this season. He got beat by you and then quit versus Hayden. I think Dean is going to
oh, he
beat
did
K-Jack like a
quit. That's
fucking
right.
drum.
Oh, that was him. I forgot about that.
Yes.
I
Forgot
thought
that
like,
K-Jack
did he
quit.
not? Did he not play Chapo? Am I remembering something
No.
else?
No, that
I
was
thought he
last
played
season in the
Chapo.
playoffs.
Oh, okay.
I think Dean's going to beat K-Jack like a drum. This game, if it's played, is not going to be close. Dean, to his credit, has been playing really good football since he joined the league. He's also not turning the ball over. These rosters are similar. I feel like K-Jack, exactly like Gabe said, thought shit was sweet these past 2 seasons with the conference that he played in, the schedule that he had, and it has not been easy for him. So I think Dean wins this one very comfortably. I'll go 35-17. Next, we have the 12th ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish at 4-2, playing the 10th ranked Kansas Jayhawks at 4-1. This is Jack versus Ryan. This situation is a little particular because um, Jack was leading 14-7 and about to get the ball in the third quarter, and the game was allegedly cut. Apparently, it lagged out on Ryan. So
Oh,
make of
I didn't
that
even
what
realize I
you
have a play. Yeah, I
yeah
have a play up.
make of that what you will. Not going to accuse anybody of doing anything. Um, but whenever they do replay, my suggestion to Jack was take a 7-0 lead, you get the ball, and um, play a half. So think of a situation like that: a half football to be played, Notre Dame up 7 with the ball. Who would you like to take?
I'd like Notre Dame to
I'm
keep the lead, um, but I don't think it stays as a 1 point game or like a 7 point game. I think they drop it to 24-21
I mean, like,
Jack's way.
if yeah, see, you hate when this shit happens. All the momentum's killed, thrill of the game. Like the whole game tells a story. Um, if Jack can come in and play, and I know, I mean, I don't, the game wasn't being streamed, was it?
It was being streamed, but
Okay, I don't know if anyone was watching, but I'm assuming he was running the ball a lot. And doing that scheme of his that he likes to run for eternity. If he keeps with that kind of shit, that I feel like that is one of Ryan's kryptonitic type of things. If he has the ball and he can do that and get a field goal or something, get make it a two-score game, I think he can lock this win up. And I mean, I guess ranking wise, it wouldn't really be that much of an upset, but for user versus user wise, it would definitely be an upset. So, I think he could pull it off, as long as no other fuck shit happens. So, we go with that.
yeah, the circumstances of that situation are very interesting. Ryan has obviously not been playing great, and I think this was maybe an opportunity that maybe he just thought it'd be better to play the game at a later time.
Dean, you a
um,
little butthurt.
yeah, he think this little butt hurt that you
Just
didn't
a
pick
little
him, Nelly.
butthurt. That's my bad.
Dean,
Yeah,
you there? Is your mic muted?
Oh, you really coming in here to say this shit?
That's okay. Dean, Dean, are you going to join the predictions or
I forgot that K-Jack had quit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I forgot that K-Jack had quit.
that's Nelly
This
you're
is
talking to? Dean, if you're going to join the predictions video, I'll leave you in here.
you coming in fiery. Damn.
I did the.
You playing
Okay,
O State?
Bro,
okay,
ain't no one
all right. We're in the
trying.
middle of. All right, have fun, Dean. Later. Good board. He wanted to make sure he told you specifically, Nelly, how upset he was.
Yeah.
He was a little bit more heated than I thought he'd be, you know.
You definitely pushed the button there. Uh,
Maybe a couple. I think I pushed every single one.
yeah, he had the
All right.
yeah.
All right. So, with all that being said, I think Jack's going to win the game. I think it's really unfortunate because Jack's going to have to play a half with not being able to see his icons and not being able to make adjustments. Whenever in the third quarter, if you're leading, that's not a problem anymore. Um,
Yeah.
I'm going to take Jack to win the game by 3 points. I think. I don't think that Ryan's played particularly well these last couple weeks, and I don't expect him to rebound here. It's super unfortunate that that game dropped, quote unquote. Next, we will move on to the ninth-ranked Oklahoma Sooners at 4-1. It's LP playing in Seattle against the 2-4 Washington Huskies. That is Jazz.
All right, I'm not gonna make this nice. Oklahoma's gonna run the shit out of the ball and absolutely just kill Washington. I believe the LP's gonna come out of here 50 burger. Um, at least 50-7, maybe. She might get lucky.
Yeah. I think this will be the complete dismantling of this Washington team. Ain't gonna put it. I'm just gonna put it blunt like that. Jazz been crashing out a couple weeks lately, so I feel like uh, maybe she got a little chip on her shoulder. I don't know, but as far as all points go to a LP blowout in Seattle here. I'm not even gonna try to predict the score, but yeah, that's what I'm going with.
Yeah, LP's going to roll in this one. I'll say final score is 45-7. Next, we have the 19th ranked Texas Longhorns at 2-3 That is Dwayne playing in Columbia against the 11th ranked Missouri Tigers. Just took their first loss at 4-1. That is Mike.
So, like Mike, he's usually pretty decent on the run when I try to play him. He's a solid user. I'll probably take him in a close one against Texas.
Yeah, I agree with that. But hey, Dwayne be surprising folks sometimes.
Dwayne be surprising people. I'm
Dwayne
not gonna. That's why I said it was gonna be a close one. I don't think it's gonna be anything.
I ain't gonna hold you. Like Dwayne could pull out some shit if the low line blocks and he gets on the edges, bro. He can do some shit in space. He's not good. He's not a great passer. That's for sure. Like if you make Dwayne pass and strap up that run game, Dwayne's gonna spiral out of control. But if you let Dwayne run that ball, he's gonna give you some problems. I ain't gonna hold you.
Gonna give you some issues for sure.
And his roster is still good enough to make some defensive plays. Like they be strapping folks sometimes. I ain't gonna lie, that D line still be getting after.
He was just hyping Dwayne up because Dwayne beat him last year. It's all it is.
You can get off his nuts anytime you want.
No, I ain't. I'm just saying, Mike, because Mike be talking
really,
a lot of shit.
Really polishing that knob right now.
No, this is more about Mike, because Mike be hold on. Don't get it twisted, okay? First of all, I lost to Dwayne because I wanted to run up the score, okay? I wasn't having
sure.
these
What allegedly?
I wasn't having. Bro, it's on fucking film. I threw a pick six trying to fucking run up the score, bro.
I don't know, man. That sounds like bad coaching. That sounds like bad coaching, is what that sounds like.
It was. I'm not saying it was. That's my point. I'm just saying I didn't have these same problems I'm expressing.
So are you going to pick Mike or your daddy to win the game?
No, I'm just saying this is more about Mike. Mike be talking mad shit. So I'm just making sure that he knows, like, hey, watch out because Dwayne might beat your ass. But with that said, Mike's at home, and he hasn't been playing well up until he played Hayden.
He still played Hayden well. He only lost by 2 points.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was still playing well. Yeah, he's still. I'm gonna give him.
Also hates the run.
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'll have Mike with a win here. I'll say it's probably gonna be like a 10-point game, but just don't be surprised. That's all I'm saying.
I think Mike's gonna win here comfortably because I think that Mike throws the ball a lot, and he's gonna get up big on Dwayne, and when Dwayne has to pass, it equals turnovers. He won't be able to stay in his normal offensive flow. So I'll say that Mike wins comfortably here, 38-14. Next, we have the 22nd ranked Michigan Wolverines in the game rivalry at 2-3, traveling. That's Nelly, traveling into the Horseshoe the Shoe to play the 5th ranked Ohio State Buckeyes at 5-1. That is Hayden. Now I know it's forced wins, but Michigan has technically won the last 2 matchups between these 2 squads.
2-0, baby.
Well, I mean, I guess Nelly will go last in this one.
Yeah, Nelly will go last in this one.
Okay, so despite that 4th win shit, if this game does get played, Nelly, we got to. I'm gonna need you to sit down for this one, bro.
I'm laying down already. You're good. You're good.
Okay,
You're good. I'm ready for the disrespect. Don't worry.
Listen, bro. Listen, no disrespect.
I never get any respect.
No disrespect, bro. But
it's there.
You about as Twan would say. No, I'm not gonna go there. Twan would say some diabolical.
No, go for it. I want to fucking hear that shit. Nah, don't back down now. Don't back down now.
No, you're gonna get that ass beat.
That belt to ass. Is that what you about?
He said that Diddy treatment, no lube.
No, lube. Yeah, that's where I was gonna go, but I'll let that's Twan's thing. I ain't gonna take that from him. Yeah, all I can tell you, Nelly, is just run that fucking rock and pray you get some holes and chew that. Play how Jason be playing, but like take that to the next level. Like that's the only chance you got in this shit. And then just fucking back everyone up and just play not to let up touchdowns, bro. Like that's the only thing I can give you because you try and play Hayden straight up, bro. You about to fucking God, yeah. That's all. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But
I will say there's 2 users.
I'm praying for you.
I will say there's 2 users in this league that get really frustrated whenever someone runs the ball and runs the clock versus them, and it can cause them to make mistakes. That's Ryan and that's Hayden. Hayden hates it with a passion. So if Nelly can just play 3 yards in a cloud of dust football and eat up the whole fucking clock, Hayden might throw some picks out of frustration. I
Yeah,
think that obviously Nelly has to play perfect game to win this one, especially on the road. I'll take Ohio State winning here comfortably. Won't be a shutout, but I'll say 30, 38-7.
what's your keys to victory, Nelly?
Yeah, what are your 3
My
keys to
keys to
victory?
victory: run the shit out of the ball, do not fumble the ball, and stop the run.
I like it.
Um,
Love to see that.
um, I,
You pick yourself a
even
win?
if I've just put in a brand new player, he hasn't had a single carry in the ball game. He's got a 99.9% chance to fumble the ball. So we're just kind of really hoping that they just hold on to the fucking ball.
Conservative
That's
is your
all I
best
gotta
friend.
ask. That's all I gotta fucking ask is just hold on to the damn ball.
Sir,
But I'm gonna try and run out the clock as much as possible. Keep it a close game. I don't want it to get out of hand. But it's either gonna be a close 7-20 game, or it's gonna be ugly.
alrighty. Moving on to the SEC. I know what you
I'm
all
gonna
came
win.
here to see, the preferred conference. Uh, we will go ahead and start with my game. I guess it's probably the best SEC matchup. I'd say so. There's 2 other good ones. But the 16th ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs at 3-3 travel to Clemson to play the 18th ranked Clemson Tigers at 2-3. Us, Jason, at eFly.
Go ahead,
Nelly.
Nelly.
Hard. 'Cause, like, E-fly hit or miss. Never know what you're gonna come out with. But it is in Clemson.
You're not going
I'd
to hurt my
like to
feelings.
think
It's
you.
okay.
No, I'd like to think you keep it close. You come out on top. Maybe like 35-28 type shit.
Yeah, Nelly's exactly right about the first part you said. You don't know what E-fly you're gonna get, and you can change E-flies between fucking like quarters and shit. Like
Exactly.
E-fly's very weird.
I would say
So it depends on.
there's no user in the league that has a broader distance between his ceiling and his floor than eFly.
Yeah, you kind of cut out there. I'm just gonna assume you fucking said broader distance between your
That's what I
ceiling
said.
and the floor.
Yes.
Um, yeah. I It's see, like I said, it depends on several factors. Like, what time of the day are y'all playing? What time, like when, like who's getting the ball? Like, I ain't gonna get all that, but let's see. But it is at home, so that's an advantage because Jason crashes out when he can't make adjustments, and that's definitely gonna happen in Death Valley. Um, so DeFi plays good when he's on point. Like, he'll give Savon, like he'll give every top user a game, like, but he usually falters somewhere towards the end against the good ones. And then that leads to disaster. But against Jason, who has lost to JGs this year, anything could happen. Um, at home, completely objective. I think if E-Fly can run the ball and play solid defense, which he is capable of doing, is playing some top tier defense. I think Clemson will win a game like I'll say 24-17 or some shit like that. But I got E-Fly winning this at home.
I'm obviously going to take myself to win.
I know.
It's going to be a really tough game. It is very kind of dependent on what version of eFly we get. If he gets frustrated early in the game, I could win by 15 points. It wouldn't be crazy, I think. He could also be winning and get cocky in the end and then lose the game. It's just very difficult. I think the keys to victory for this game are obviously to establish the run game, to not turn the ball over and force turnovers. We haven't thrown a pick in a couple weeks now, so we definitely want to keep on that pace. Um, and then to make eFly one-dimensional offensively. definitely is a very important part. Whether that is only running or whether that is only passing, we want him to get out of rhythm. So inevitably, when he has to do the other one, hopefully he'll make a mistake. So I'm going to take myself to win extremely close on the road. I think E5 will pick on his final drive. Mississippi State wins it 20, 21 to 7, 21 to 17.
What the fuck? Where the fuck did you come from?
He
What
didn't
the
leave. He
fucking
muted
wild
himself.
woods?
Yeah,
What the fuck? Okay,
go ahead.
I'll allow it.
Good pick. Love to see it. If I'm up at by 3 at half, though, that means something crazy's happening because I cannot hit field goals. So move on to the next game here. We got the 0-6 Arkansas Razorbacks, which is T. traveling in to Rocky Top to play the second-ranked Tennessee Volunteers at 5-0, which is dropped. This one is going to be a bloodbath.
Go ahead, Nelly.
Go, go Vols. Tennessee rolls. I mean, I don't know if T-Lou still in his truck or not. If playing on that, who do you mean Wi-Fi? He gonna make all of his mistakes, and Tennessee just gonna have the time of their life. Another 50 burger.
Yeah. The things that Drop is about to do to T. Luke is gonna be violating like some Geneva conventions. Um, or whatever those shits are called, bro. There's gonna be some fucking war crimes committed over there in Rocky Top. Um, Twan, you can go ahead and post that picture again like 2 times. 'Cause that's what's about to happen. Um, I ain't gonna pick a score. Y'all already know who I'm going with. It's kind of obvious. No disrespect, but yeah, we can move on after Jason says
T.
exactly the same thing I just said.
Has a 56 to nothing loss. He has a 63 to nothing loss. He has a 66 to 10 loss. Twan actually gave up 22 points to him and had his closest game, 45 to 22. But last week, after JG's beat T. 62 to nothing, he also played Chapo and lost 87 to 10 last week. So I'm going to pick Drop to win. He's going to win by a shutout, and it's going to be a lot of points. I'll say Tennessee wins it 56 to 0.
Oh, are they playing right now for real?
Oh, Georgia and Georgia State. Where is the stream, you cucks? They posted?
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm assuming the game over because you talk about recruits and shit.
They could have just started it.
Yeah, but it wouldn't
I think
have.
he just hopped on because he got a dub and then he got his 5-star.
Yeah, he probably just started.
I feel like it just ended, but okay.
1-4. Go ahead, sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just talking to myself.
1-4 Georgia, which is Tim, traveled on the road into Atlanta to play hated rival Georgia Tech, who's 2-4, which is Peso. Tim has had one of the easiest schedules in the conference and has been losing again and again. Peso, on the other hand, has had one of the toughest schedules in the entire conference.
Yeah, we don't need to predict. We don't need to predict this game. I'm looking at
they
the
did
score
one.
right now. I just reset. I just reset to look at the score.
Oh shit! What was the final?
It was well shit. Where did it go? Oh, it's right here. Tim or Peso won 31 to 23.
Yeah, these two are friends in real life, know each other in person, played a lot, so that explains close game. It was 10 to 3 going into the fourth quarter, and then both of them decided they had offenses. 20 total first downs in the game. Not a lot to be said there. Georgia Tech took the win. I'm sure we would have all predicted the same thing. Peso at home.
Yeah, I would have took Peso.
Tim
has been playing good.
With what we all said was one of the easiest schedules in the whole conference is 1-5 to start the season.
Yeah, I just gotta make sure he's not a trap game for me next week. Cause fucking.
I just beat him in the hedges by 18 points. So if you lose, that's on you.
Yeah, I
Um,
know.
Next, we have Alex and his 3-3 Florida State Seminoles traveling to Columbia to play the fourth-ranked South Carolina Gamecocks, which is Savon.
I'd like to say Savon keeps his superiority in the league, continues to get a win this week over Florida State. He'll win, of course, a 42-21.
Casuals will forget that Alex won in Columbia year one that was in the league. So he's done it before. He can do it again.
That did happen, but that Savon and the
Things
Savon
have
that we have
changed.
now are two different things. Alex was playing like he was fucking a top 10 user that year. Things have not gone that way in the last 3 seasons. I don't think Alex has an answer for the deep passing game and quarterback run game that he's about to endure. Considering the stat line I just saw from Mississippi State's quarterback from last week, it will be if he does not adjust to stop exactly that. It will be a long game for him. There will be many crash outs involved, and there will be a lot of scoring on the part of South Carolina. With that said, I will take the Gamecocks in Columbia to win by a large margin. I will not guess that score, but it will be a
why,
large margin.
why have I always had a feeling that Alex crashes out? Is his mic is just muted when that happens? um,
Yeah, it happens.
I'll take Savon here extremely comfortably. He couldn't stop my QB run game. He's definitely not going to be able to stop Savon's. Savon's defense is definitely better than mine as well. Savon wins, and the Gamecocks win very comfortably here, 45-14. Next, we have the 17th ranked Virginia Tech Hokies at 3-2, which is G's, traveling into Tuscaloosa. At least it moved from in front of the TV. Traveling into Tuscaloosa to play the 13th ranked Alabama Crimson Tide at 3-2, which is Twan.
I
Yeah,
know.
me personally, I will just say, I feel it's kind of disrespectful that they rank JG's above Mississippi
Yes.
State,
Yeah, I understand.
whose
He
asses
beat
beat
me
earlier
and
this
has
season,
one less loss than me.
and has a one less loss. I'd just like to
Yeah.
point out that I feel like that's disrespectful. JG should get a
Kent
little more
State is
attention.
ranked at 3-2, and Alex isn't with Florida State. So I mean, there's a problem with the rankings, obviously.
I just wanted to point that out. Continue, Nelly. I'm sorry.
Now I know Jesus got a couple of what do you call them? Surprise victories or upsets. This is not one of those.
Oh yeah, this would not be one of those. You're right.
Might lose by 3-4 scores.
Yeah, JG's will definitely look like user 32 after Twan's done um doing some diabolical shit to him. Um Again, I would not guess the score. Uh in Tuscaloosa, JG's won't be able to make one adjustment until he's already getting blown out so bad the crowd's not even gonna try and yell because they're already fucking celebrating and drinking and going home. Um so uh yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Alabama rolls here. Very ugly game. Virginia Tech may not score. He's going to get blown off the line of scrimmage nearly every play. Give me Alabama to win 38-7. That's a good kicker. 38-3. I'll go with instead. Next, we have one of the better games as well. I don't know if this rivalry has an actual name, but the 14th ranked Florida Gators at 3-2 travel into Miami to play the 15th ranked Miami Hurricanes at 3-2. One of these teams is going to be officially eliminated from the hunt for an SEC title appearance. Lots of bragging rights here. Two coming over from the ACC, and of course, very same records, same conference records, only one ranking apart. So going to be an interesting game. We'll go Nelly, then me, then Gabe for this one.
For Miami versus Florida.
Yes.
Okay. Miami.
That's Rob.
Rob, that's right. Yeesh, this might be I don't know how Rob plays.
Well, if you look back last week, he lost a close one, 21-17 at Clemson. The week before that, he won a close one, 21-19 at home to Florida State. The week before that, he only lost by 6 at home to JJ. And Rob's been playing better football this season for sure. I did barely beat Delvin at home though, 35-29. And you pick Nelly.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and take Rob at home. It's been a close battle. I think he takes it 31-28.
I think I'd pick Gabe to win rather comfortably if he was at home. This game is different. I definitely feel like Rob is far less turnover prone. He's going to run the football better for sure. Gabe's going to pass better. The defense is about the same, to be honest with you. Rob's maybe slightly better. This game is entirely dependent on how many turnovers the Florida Gators have to me. That's what it comes down to. If it's one or less, Gabe will win the game. If he has two or more, I think that Rob wins the game. The last time that I had to pick him with Gabe, I picked him to beat Peso on the road and was thoroughly disappointed with the outcome of that game. Not going to make that mistake again. I'm going to take Rob to an extremely close game. He'll win on a game-winning field goal, 34-31.
Thank God you picked against me.
Well, last time I picked for you, you disappointed me. So
yeah, that's exactly my point. I don't want picking. So my turn.
yes,
Well, obviously I'm gonna go with myself. Jason, this thing's officially called the Battle for the Florida Cup. Just so you can put that in your notes, because I know you got a diary full of this shit. So, um, uh, yeah. So keys to victory. Um, you are right. I can't be fucking airing it out and forcing shit deep. If it's not a sure chance thing that's there. I gotta fucking know where am I on the field and whether a beater or any play like that's gonna work. Because when I did that against Peso, that perception was a little off, and I made some mistakes that ultimately cost me the game. Um, so this one, and I definitely did establish a run game. Don't want to be airing it out the whole time. And then I gotta stop Rob's uh, rushing attack. Could not talk to save my life. I feel like if I could stop Rob from running all over me, um, I don't think he can beat me passing straight up. So if I can make him one dimensional, um, I should have a good chance to win the game. In Miami, not the best home field, but not the easiest. Uh, what am I trying to think of here? Not the easiest slate for me to play in on the road. A lot of young guys who probably have low composure coming in, so gotta set the tone early. So I say I don't think I'll blow out Rob, but I'd hope to win something like the 27 to 20 game, 17 game, something like that. Um, where it can get out of hand quickly if I'm able to move the ball efficiently. But
also
realistically, I'd like to score at least 27.
also really interesting about this one is too with Rob's schedule. If this game is played early in the morning, I think that definitely favors Rob. If it's played in the afternoon, it favors Gabe. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, hopefully I don't have to fucking like wake up at 3 a.m. and have to face him again or something. So
Yeah.
maybe we can actually play this time.
Next, we have the Ole Miss Rebels at 1-4, traveling into Lexington to play the third-ranked Kentucky Wildcats at 6-0. This is Ike playing at JJ. Hopefully, this game will be played. Ike was a complete no-show last week versus Drop. So,
Um, uh,
Assuming it's going to be played, I'm going to take Kentucky to roll.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think it's just.
yeah. It's I don't know if it's gonna be like a Geneva Convention type game. It very well could be, but yeah, JJ here, no question. I'm not really worried about the score here. It's gonna be big, so I'll just leave it at that.
yeah, I think JJ wins big here. He doesn't turn the ball over much. Ike's going to want to run the ball, which JJ's pretty good at stopping, especially shooting the gaps. So, Kentucky rolls here. I'll say 38-7. I'll give Ike a touchdown, assuming he gets played. Very briefly, this was requested me. We haven't done it yet this season, but I would like to look at some team stats. I don't care about your player stats, but some team stats in the season to see who has been playing particularly well for. We'll do by each conference. So, Big Ten so far this year, best offense has been Dean's Colorado Buffaloes. Worst has been Dwayne's Texas team. Also, the worst passing for Dwayne, best passing from Ryan, worst rushing from Mike. He's only run for 177 yards, while LP has run for 835 yards in the season.
Damn, I
Texas
know
only
he'd
averaged.
be airing that ball out like that. Crazy.
Yeah, that's all Mike does is throw, bro. Texas averaging 18 points a game is lowest, while the Kansas Jayhawks are averaging 40 a game. Texas lowest, 62 first downs. Dean first with 113 first downs. Defensively, Missouri has allowed the least amount of yards so far this season. So Mike playing good ball. Most allowed by Arizona. Least passing by Missouri by a wide margin, only 774 in the season, while Lynn's given up 1,600. Dwayne has only allowed 113 rushing yards on the year. That is crazy. But the most given up by Chap and his Maryland Terrapins. So Ohio State up there, 757 too. That's interesting.
Bro,
Mike's
what
only
the
allowed.
I just
fuck?
want to say, overall, I may have some pretty bad games, but this Michigan defense, number 3, doesn't get interceptions or fumbles.
Yeah,
Yards allowed.
Mike lowest in points given up. K Jack's given up the most. Ohio State only 8 sacks on the year. Mike with 23. Only 4 picks from Arizona. 17 from Mike. I won't go over too much else. I think we'll just do that for each conference. Offensive, defense. For the SEC, which is know what we all care about. Offensively, LSU leads the way. Lowest by Tlu. I think he's going to be lowest across the board for all these, I'm assuming. Lowest passing is Virginia Tech. Most passing by Kentucky. Tlu has negative 120 rushing yards on the season
Bro,
through
that's
6
why I was
games.
saying,
How the
what the
fuck?
fuck? How the fuck is that a thing?
He's averaging negative 20 rushing yards a game. That is sacks, is what that is, I'm assuming.
Those count
Jesus
against the
Christ.
rushing yard stat?
Yes, not yeah. In the pros, it counts passing, and college, it's rushing. Um,
Um,
Mississippi State leads the way in rushing, only by 6 yards over LSU, though. Points per game, Arkansas only averaging 7.7 per game. LSU's averaging 55 a game. Lowest first downs by Arkansas, most by Georgia Tech. Go to the defensive side of the ball. Lowest yards allowed is by JG's, by about 150 yards over
ain't
drop.
no way he's strapping folks up like that,
He
bro.
actually played good defense this season. His offense is still really bad, but
Yeah,
most
we
yards given up is Louisville, not Arkansas. JG's allowed the least passing yards with 872, most allowed by Louisville. Lowest rushing yards is Miami at only 187 per game. So interesting to see how Gabe does against that. My Bulldogs are tied for second there. Most is Louisville at 930. Least points is dropped with 90 given up. Most points is Arkansas with 379 given up in 6 games. What is 379 divided by 6? Because that is
Like 5 point. No,
that's
yeah, it's like
63.1 points per game. Good God.
yeah.
Lowest sacks, Arkansas with 6, most by Alex and JJ, both 25 each. A couple teams have not recovered a fumble on the year. Miami's recovered 4, but has the lowest amount of picks, only 6. LSU with 25.
Yeah, me and Chapo fighting for the EBU of the year.
Well, except for your defense is getting blown the fuck out. Your DBs are getting run past.
No, it's not the DBs really. It's the fucking. It's play calling. It's coaching.
It's trash
That's
play
what it
calling.
is.
Understood.
Yeah.
Only a couple of us over 50% of the third down. That's interesting to see. Don't really care for differential or anything like that. All right, well, that's going to do it for the predictions video. Just wanted to briefly look over those. Appreciate everyone that's going to watch the video. Everyone, make sure that you are following the rules. Do not make us have to hand out a suspension. We will do it swiftly. Make sure
Damn, I
that,
suck at third downs.
yeah, you do. The fourth down rules are always pinned in that chat. You don't need to tag commissions to ask if you can go for this. You can just go look. I promise you it's significantly easier. It happens 3 times a week. But everybody make sure you stream your games. They're supposed to be streamed. Jack did end up losing that game to Ryan after Ryan pulled the plug. The game cut out. So make of that what you will. That's going to do it for the video.